Ladies, we are here tonight on the Shin. How's everybody doing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Tonight, man, we open up with some very big news, and that is that Roman Reigns is hurt. It is being reported by Dave Meltzer that he got hurt in the start of his match this past Saturday with Jey Uso, and he wrestled most of the match hurt. Oh my lord, I don't know what type of injury this is. Remember last year at WrestleMania, he did get hurt his arm a little bit, but then he was able to. He didn't miss any time. Obviously, it's easier for him since he's a part timer to try to get time to recover. So I don't know how bad the injuries. They're saying he's going to be on Friday for SmackDown this week. So which I was surprised about that, but yeah, they're saying he's going to be on SmackDown, and also somebody else has said that this is not expected to affect the schedule, which means there is a schedule for Roman Reigns going forward. It just has not been leaked out, so that's why a lot of people thought he was finished, possibly for the rest of 2023. But as it's being said, he's scheduled to make his appearance this Friday night on SmackDown. So we'll see what type of injury it is. It does not seem to be really bad. They have said it will not affect the schedule going forward. So we'll see, man. But Roman Reigns did get hurt this past Saturday night, man. Hopefully, speedy recovery, man. We got a bunch of injuries right now, man, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll go through the injuries here in a little bit. But Brock Lesnar also, the belief is he could be done for 2023, not because he's hurt, but there's just not, they don't, as of right now, there's no longer plans for him. There were talks about having him in Fastlane, which is coming up in about 2 months. But it seems like they're not going to no longer do. They were advertising him for the posters and the ticket sales, but that does not appear to be happening anymore. The belief is Brock Lesnar could be out for the rest of 2023, but just not having anything good for him. So that could be it for Brock Lesnar, man. We'll see what happens. A lot of reports coming out that Nia Jax might be coming back to WWE. Remember, I believe in January she appeared at the Women's Royal Rumble, but then nothing happened. So there's been talks. In WWE for a while there, they kind of didn't sign anybody, but now they're trying to sign people again. I mean, they signed obviously Pillman. They signed some people to be producers like Nick Aldis and some other stuff like that. And now, supposedly they signed Carlito, and now supposedly they're about to sign Nia Jax. So they're once again starting to sign people again. Interesting how like a lot of now MJF is coming up, right? But interesting how like when all these free agents were available, like Jay White and Rush and maybe they weren't big free agents, but I'm just saying. And now that like there's nobody big available, now they're signing like smaller guys. I don't know, whatever. It's because they signed them to be like just like depth, right? Like just to have extra wrestlers, right? Just in case injuries happen. They don't really when they sign these people. I don't know how much of these people they sign with the intention of actually being big stars. It's said that the only reason they signed I don't even know what the hell their names are anymore. Top Dollar and all those guys, VFAB, that they only signed them for depth to have extra people on the mid-card level. They knew they were not going to work out. Now, there was a complete failure. They probably thought it was going to be a little bit better, but they had no intention of doing anything big with them. Anyway, let's move forward. Some injuries. Sonya Deville, man, they're saying she tore her ACL, and she's going to be out for a long time. Jesus Christ, man. So they're going to have to relinquish the tag team titles, both her and Chelsea Green. Man, those freaking woman tag team champions, man. Jesus Christ, man. Holy cow, man. So they were going to have a tournament or something probably coming up, man. Diamond Dallas Page gets a lot of credit to LA Knight, saying LA Knight, man, that guy ain't old at all, man. Give him a chance. He's got all he needs. Obviously, Diamond Dallas Page started his wrestling career very, very late. So if anybody gets the fact that LA Knight's just 41 years old, or is 41 years old, it's him, man. If anybody's going to support an older guy getting pushed, it's Diamond Dallas Page. Gunther, they're saying that if he can keep, which I will assume he will, that if he has a match at Payback and he retains the Intercontinental Champion, that means he's in the clear. He will most likely break the Honky Tonk Man record and become the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. I think that's going to happen for sure. A lot of that's something we see with Triple H, right? A lot of big title reigns. Obviously Roman Reigns over 1,000 days. The Usos were tag team champions for 500 days, and now Gunther's about to break the all-time Intercontinental Championship record. So yeah, man. They're saying that as of right now, the two leaders with most wins in 2023 are Cody Rhodes and Bianca Belair. Cody Rhodes for the man's side and Bianca Belair for the woman's side. They have the most wins in WWE. Obviously, this is a stat kept outside of WWE by like a wrestling website. As we all know, WWE doesn't really care about records. They never have. But yeah, anyways. And then they're saying that the Bloodline segment on Saturday when Jimmy turned on Jay has over 35 million views across all of their social media platforms. That's why they love the fucking Bloodline stuff, because of stuff like that. It really boosts up their freaking social media numbers. As I said, yesterday a report came out that overall SummerSlam highlights on social media had over 230 million views. So yeah, man, they love it, man. And that's another reason they love Logan Paul, because he knows he'll be posting stuff and his fans are going to be, he's got like how many, like 20, 30 million followers. They're going to be watching that shit too. And you know who else fucking reacted to the highlights? Elon Musk. Elon Musk commented on the freaking Jimmy Uso highlights. And that is not the first time he's commented. I believe back in January when they posted a highlight about Ricochet and Logan Paul having that one move in the Royal Rumble when they went across the ring and just collided in the middle. He also commented on that. So Triple H even said, "Hey man, I know something about an X," and he to DX. So imagine if Elon Musk goes to WWE or like makes an appearance at WWE, and then he even posted, this is the comment he said, and I quote, he's like, "I prefer WWE style." So remember, they're saying that he's gonna fight Mark Zuckerberg. Was that? I'm just gonna use a WWE style. My fight versus Mark Zuckerberg. But yeah, it appears Elon Musk is a fan of WWE for what it seems like. Anyways, I believe that it's it with the news, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that is it with the news. Let me make sure here. I talked about Brock Lesnar. I talked about Roman Reigns. I talked about Nia Jax. I talked about Sonya Deville. I talked about Diamond Dallas Page. Gunther. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to move forward. Let's move forward, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to do Monday Night Raw recap here tonight on the show. What was the date? August. What the fuck is August? August, what was it? August 7? I beg your pardon. I believe it was August 7, 2023. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Monday Night Raw recap. All right, hold on. We're having some problems here. All right, here we go. From Minnesota, ladies and gentlemen. Show, again, I thought, it started off good with Cody Rhodes coming out. And, and then Seth Rollins came out because Cody Rhodes said, "Hey, man, I feel so good. After beating Brock Lesnar, I feel like I can beat anybody in the world." And then Seth Rollins comes out. He's like, "Really? You feel like you can beat anybody in the world? You want to put that on task?" And he challenges him. It seems like almost like Seth Rollins is almost like still pissed that he lost 3 times to him last year, character-wise. And he still wants to like fight him, right? To redeem himself. But then freaking the Judgment Day comes out, but it's only Rhea, Dominic, and Damian Priest, and they just start talking and shit, and then freaking Finn Balor comes out, sneaks up, and starts attacking It's a freaking the Judgment Day. It's a freaking, I guess, 3 or 4. Well, 3 because Rio's not really doing much. They're just attacking both Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. Then Sami Zayn comes out to make the save. The Judgment Day leaves the ring. And then Adam Pearce says, that's our main event tonight. Or actually, no. Cody Rhodes grabs a microphone and he says, hey, man, you guys want to fight? There's 3 of you. There's 3 of us. Tonight, we'll meet in a tag team match. And they agreed to it, but freaking Seth Rollins is pissed off, saying he doesn't want to team up with Cody. The whole night they're kind of arguing. And then Sami Zayn gets attacked by JD McDonald backstage. And they're like, what the fuck? Now it's 2 on 3. What the fuck are we going to do, man? But then Shinsuke Nakamura offers to be their tag team partner, so he replaces Sami Zayn. JD McDonald, I don't know if he's going to join to the Judgment Day, but he also had a segment with Finn Balor. Damian Priest came in, and he's like, I got to talk to you. And then Finn's like, anything. He's been friends with me for over 30 years. Anything you say, he's heard it all. And then they're still arguing about, hey, how come you didn't come out here with us? Like, I'm tired of this, man. Last night, you had your own plans and you screwed me at the world champ. He's like, dude, I was trying to help you win the title. You failed. And then JD's like, hey, if it was me, that briefcase is splitting you guys apart. If I was you guys, I would get rid of it. And then he walks away. So JD McDonald, who is starting to interfere with the Judgment Day, was Finn Balor the one that told him to take out Sami Zayn? Who knows, man? Anyway, so let's move on with some other stuff that went down on the show last night. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. So we get a fatal 4-way match. The winner gets to face Gunther for the Intercontinental Champion. We got Ricochet, we got Matt Riddle, we got Tommaso Ciampa, and we got Chad Gable. Very fun match. All baby faces, but obviously everybody, the hometown kid, Chad Gable, is favorite. He ends up doing like, was it a triple or a quadruple freaking suplex from the top of the ring, man. A bunch of flips, obviously, by freaking Ricochet. At the end, man, Chad Gable ends up winning the match. He's officially the #1 contender. And so Gable wins and he's celebrating with his family. He can take his kids out. He does like a victory lap around the ring with his kid. So good stuff for Chad Gable, man. Usually they don't let them win. You could tell Vince McMahon, this is where a lot of people, he probably is not involved right now because Vince McMahon is not a big fan of hometown kids or hometown people winning because he thinks it's too predictable. So maybe this was a sign that Vince McMahon was nowhere near the show tonight, neither obviously in person or even verbally. Virtual. I beg you pardon. So Chad Gable wins, man. Let's see here. Later on, they have a backstage segment with the ring general, Louis Kaiser, and he walks into the locker room. He tells Maxine, hey, Maxine, you got to join us, man. You're not going to do shit with them. And almost like a little crush, I guess, Louis Kaiser has on Maxine. Then Otis walks in, and they agree to have a match. So Louis Kaiser versus Otis later on the night. Let's move along, ladies and gentlemen. The Miz is backstage. He's pissed off because he's got to take a photo shoot, but they're making him wait because LA Knight is there, and that will set up a huge promo for later on the show, man. Probably one of the best parts of the show. We'll get to it here in a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. And then we got a really fun match, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Bronson Reed, and they actually let freaking Shinsuke Nakamura win the damn match. Shinsuke Nakamura wins the match. He's had 2 King Sashas, one from the back of the head, the other one from the front of the face, from the front of the head. And Shinsuke Nakamura wins this match. And then, like I said, later on the night when Sami Zayn was hurt, he offered to be their tag team partner. So 2 matches for Shinsuke Nakamura. He beats Bronson Reed, and then he tags with Seth and Cody in the main event. Huge night tonight was for Shinsuke Nakamura, man. I don't know what it is, but they're really into the Japanese wrestlers right now, man. Io Sky is your new women's champion. Shinsuke Nakamura is getting a huge push. They signed Kairi Sane. What is going on here? All this Japanese wrestlers getting pushed all of a sudden. Are they possibly trying to get in and have a partnership with New Japan or what? Makes me it's very crazy what's going on all of a sudden with the Japanese wrestlers in WWE, man. I mean, Asuka, of course, she was the former champion, right? Going into SummerSlam. I don't know, has that ever happened before that the world champions are back, whether it's man or woman, they're back-to-back Japanese? Well, I know Bianca, was champion for 30 seconds, but anyways, let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, man, let's move along here, ladies and gentlemen. Here tonight. Becky Lynch makes her way to the ring. She's talking about how she finally next week gets to have her match with Trish and finally gets to settle the score. And then Zoe Starks comes out. She's like, what? And, Becky's like, you're just full of yourself. Look, I face you. You're actually good. And then maybe that's your problem. You're too damn good and you just want to make shortcuts. But if you really want to make it in this business, you got to separate yourself from Trish. You're playing second fiddle. She's just using you. And then Zoe gets mad. And then Shayna Baszler comes out and they challenge each other to a match because Zoe says, I'm the baddest bitch here. And then Sonya's like, I'm the new baddest bitch. I submitted Ronda Rousey. So they end up having a damn match. Shayna Baszler's all fucked up, man. Her arm hurts, her leg. She has a black eye. Jesus Christ. But she ends up having a match with Zoe Starks. Becky Lynch has that commentary, freaking having some lemonade. And then, kind of fun little match here. Obviously building up her win versus Ronda Rousey this past Saturday. Shayna Baszler wins the match. And then after the match, man, Becky Lynch is drinking the lemonade. She freaking spits it on the air like Triple H did with the water. Supposedly, because Triple H said in the press conference, because it started with Becky on Saturday or Friday sending a tweet out, making lemonade with the lemons I've been giving. And then Triple H at the press conference said, yeah, some of them, they're not going to get on the show. And I guess they'll make lemonade with the melons they've been given. So then she did the spin of Triple H when Shayna Baszler won. So it's maybe something. I would think that's more of a personal situation. No way they're going to do a storyline with Triple H and Becky Lynch. I think that's just unplanned stuff there by Becky. Just she's pissed, man. She's pissed and like, oh, you made fun of my picture on making lemonade out of the lemons I made. So she just spit the water. Anyways, let's move forward with this damn show, ladies and gentlemen. This long ass show. Next we get Otis versus Ludwig Kaiser. Freaking Ludwig Kaiser actually wins the damn match. Pretty impressive. And then after the match, Vinci is attacking. And then Chad Gable comes out. It was interesting how they just ran away when Chad Gable came out. Because it was 3-on-1. I'm like, oh, now they're going to try to take out Chad Gable. But they just ran away. Gunther and Da Vinci and Kaiser once Chad Gable came out. Let's move forward. And then we get the freaking promo between The Miz and LA Knight. This might have been the best part of the show, man. Miz is just all pissed. Like, I've been in this company for 20 years, and I was told that you greet your veterans, the people that pay the way for you to be here. You shake your hand. LA Knight has not shaken my hand at all. Very disrespectful. He's all pissed off. And then LA Knight comes out. He's like, hey, man, what the hell, man? He's like, dude, Miz is like, I've been here for 20 years, man. I've been through it all, man. They thought I wasn't going to make it, man. They kicked me out of the ring. They said I would be fired within 3 months. And look at me, man. I'm a former 2-time world champion, former WrestleMania main evented, Intercontinental champion, tag team champion. I'm a star, man. I made it. And then people were kind of wanting to cheer The Miz a little bit here. But they love LA Knight so much. Not really. So then LA Knight's like, look, man, I get it, man. You've been here for 20 years. You have a 20-year start. But hey, man, now I'm just getting started, man. And the difference between you and me is that you're an ass kisser, man. You're still here because you did everything they you knew that it was pretty much like a realistic shoot promo. Like anything they want from you, you do it, and that's why they push you. With me, they don't push me because they're scared that I'm not going to completely listen to everything they tell me. That's why they won't give me a chance. And he said, look, at the end of the day, you're just another horse they betted on that failed. So they're just going at each other hard, man. They end up fucking starting a brawl. LA Knight ends up hitting his finisher, and then when he misses Lane there, LA Knight just shakes his hand. That was hilarious. But very good stuff right there. Very like a shoot promo, man. Very good stuff. That was probably the best part of the show, man. I'm not gonna lie, that promo between LA Knight and The Miz. This might be a feud, man. We'll see, man. I guess they forgot about Bronson Reed and The Miz partnership. Anyways, let's move forward. Then we get the Viking Raiders and the freaking New Day is back. Kofi King. They haven't been able to do the New Day lately because obviously Big E's dealing with the neck injury. And the last few months, Kofi Kingston's been out with a broken ankle. So Xavier Woods has just been out there by himself, but not really doing much. But finally, Kofi Kingston is back to being healthy. So they are back. They take on the Viking Raiders. Obviously, they beat the Viking Raiders. The New Day is back, man. And then let's move forward. I believe we got the main event next. Then we actually got a backstage segment with Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is talking about facing Trish Stratus next week. And then freaking Shayna Baszler is like, hey, man, I need your help out there. I don't need your support. And I'm coming for everybody. And next, I might be coming for the man. It's like, hey, man, go for it. And then she just, go for it. And then she just walks away. So they're teasing that once Becky Lynch is done with Trish Stratus, she's going to feud with Shayna Baszler. They've done a great job here continuing this momentum, right, from Shayna Baszler. After beating Ronda Rousey, giving her a good match with Zoe Starks, having her win, now potentially a good feud with Becky Lynch. They're capitalizing on this whole, that's like, if you think of it, that's a big deal, man. Nobody had it. Not only did she beat Ronda Rousey, she made her submit. No one had ever done that. So they're trying to, for at least for now, go off that momentum and put her in some good feuds. Perhaps even try to make a Ronda Rousey 2.0. I don't know. I've always said those are two women that they could be stars. Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler. We've seen the last year with Triple H being in charge, done a much better job of utilizing Rhea Ripley. Now it's Shayna Baszler. I think those two girls could be stars, man. Just like Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Bayley. I really think so. Vince didn't use them the right way. Now Triple H, he started doing it with Rhea Ripley. Hopefully he starts doing it with Shayna Baszler too. And then I think we go to the main event. Where the main event's about to start, and then Raquel Rodriguez attacks freaking Rhea Ripley before the match starts. Security, referees got to separate them. Even freaking Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae come out. They're all fighting all over the place, man. It was hilarious. So that happened right before the main event. I'm guessing this match is going to be a payback between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. That's what I'm guessing. And then we got the freaking main event, man. So Shinsuke Nakamura, Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes versus Dominic, Damian Priest, and Finn Balor. Rhea Ripley actually stayed there. I thought she was going to be gone, but she actually stayed there. So a good little match here, good fun little match. And again, man, the fucking briefcase, man. Damian Priest throws it to Finn Balor. Finn Balor's trying to use the damn briefcase. Seth Rollins just kicks it out of his hands and then hits him with the damn curse stomp. And Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura and Cody Rhodes win the match. Jesus Christ. That freaking briefcase just continues to... Every time they try to use it, it goes bad. Remember last week, Rollins curse stomp Priest with a damn briefcase. Blood came out of his face. Obviously at Money in the Bank, and now, or some, excuse me, at SummerSlam, and now here tonight. So is that a storyline that the briefcase is like a curse? JT McDonald did say get rid of it. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna be pissed though if they have Damian Priest have a match and somebody tells him put the briefcase on the line and he loses the briefcase to somebody else. Hopefully they don't do that shit. And then, they're celebrating Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and also Sami Zayn's out there, because he also helped interfere a little bit, even up the odds, and Rhea Ripley was at ringside. But then after the match, they're all celebrating, and then freaking Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins finally shake hands and hug. Finally, they can, and then freaking Shinsuke Nakamura out of nowhere hits the King Sasha on Seth Rollins. He leaves Seth Rollins laying there. He just walks away, and Cody and Sami are just thinking like, what the fuck just happened? And that's basically the end of the show, man. So I guess that's the new feud going up for Payback. Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Like I said, they are pushing the hell out of Shinsuke Nakamura all of a sudden, giving him 2 matches, beating Bronson Reed in the first match, having him win a tag, beating him probably one, if not the second best faction right now, the Judgment Day, having him team up with 2 of the biggest stars in the company, and Cody and Seth. They are pushing this hell. All of a sudden, they are pushing Shinsuke Nakamura, man. And look, this show, it started off, the beginning was good with, Cody's and Seth, the Judgment Day, and then, I guess the Fatal 4-Way match was good, with Chad Gable winning. Then I thought the show was a little bit mid-cardy in the beginning, but then I thought that last hour got really good, especially with the LA Knight Miz promo. And then even, it was fun to see the New Day back in the ring. And then obviously the main event. This is something that Triple H would do a lot when he first took over. He would save the best stuff for the final hour because, people start mentally checking out of that third hour, right? They're like, they start getting tired of watching wrestling. They might change the channel. And this is something Triple H would do, pack up the third hour, knowing that's when people mentally might start checking out of the show. He's been doing the last few weeks, which tells me maybe he's got a little bit more power. Right now that Vince McMahon is out on a medical leave. And like I said, another chicken nugget it was the fact that they let the hometown kid, Chad Gable, win. Vince McMahon usually does not do that. So perhaps these last few weeks, maybe Triple H is a little bit more in control because of Vince McMahon dealing with the back injury. But yeah, just like last week, kind of a slow start, especially the first 2 hours. But probably the best hour was probably the third hour. We got some stuff for the future. It looks like once Becky's done with Trish, she's going to start feuding with Shayna Baszler. It looks like we got Shinsuke versus Seth Rollins is the next feud. LA Knight versus Miz is the next feud. Cody Rhodes is in the air. We don't know what the future for Cody Rhodes. That's the one that's in the air. There was a lot of questions that some of them did get answered as far as especially Seth Rollins' next feud. But yeah, they're still planting the seeds, I think. They're still planting the seeds, obviously. Coming off SummerSlam, they got to reset a lot of stuff. So we'll see what happens on Friday. Supposedly Roman is going to be there. We'll see when's the next time Roman wrestles. We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, that's what I have to say. I'm finished. Finish.